hold on, relax, folks. I know we quick to criticize these fighters, but you know what? I'm going to give my intellect the benefit of the doubt, and I want you to listen up. Now, we all know that Edgar Berlanga, it's been announced that he's going to be fighting in the co-main event to Ammo Williams versus Jonathan Gonzalez Ortiz after his respectable defeat after Canelo Alvarez, in which we believe that his stock did not drop. We was talking about a potential fight with Edgar Balanga versus Caleb Plant, Edgar Balanga versus Jaime Munguia, Edgar Balanga versus Demis Andre, Edgar Balanga versus Diego Pacheco, something respectable, right? Even a homecoming fight in Puerto Rico or in New York City. Whether you're a fan of Edgar Berlanga or not, you know that he does have a name and is one of the premier names in the 168-pound division. So why is he fighting in a co-main event to Ammo Williams? Now, let me say it like this about the business of boxing. Now, I know that fans don't like to time into the business of boxing, but we got to understand this. In my opinion, Edgar Berlanga is getting snaked. I think that Edgar Berlanga probably had a name on the table like a Caleb Plant. This is the thing that a lot of boxing fans don't understand because they probably never seen unboxing contracts and things of that nature. And you know what I'm saying, I've helped redline several contracts for several fighters that I've put on and help sign manager contracts and promotional contracts. So I know how contracts look like. Shout out to Henry Cedillo Martinez, shout out to LD Cedillo Martinez, and other fighters that I would not name. But in boxing, they have these contracts that I'm gonna give you an example. I think what's going on with Edgar Berlanga is that Edgar Berlanga probably had a good name, and a potential fight. Maybe let's say Caleb Plant. But if he fights Caleb Plant, they have an extension within that contract to fight Caleb Plant, meaning you sign a contract to fight Caleb Plant, but you're going to be hooked on that contract for 2 more fights or 3 more fights, in which probably Edgar Berlanga did not want to sign an extension. He will probably will want to fight with Caleb Plant, or will want to fight with Jaime Munguia, whichever big name that was presented to him. As we all know that he was in a 3-fight deal with Matchroom Boxing. He fought 1 fighter in Florida, then he got the Canelo Alvarez fight, and then he got 1 more fight. And then this is why I'm looking at this fight like, how the hell they put in Edgar Berlanga with an unknown dude as a co-main event? This is another way of a promotional company, in my opinion, this is my opinion, in saying F you to Edgar Berlanga, yet honoring the contract. Meaning that, you know, they know that Edgar Berlanga is not going to re-sign with them, so they're not going to help his market while he's not going to be, you know, signed to a promotional company. So this is a way to actually snake you, F you, yet honoring your contract. So let's say Edgar Berlanga is now going to be fighting this guy in the co-main event, right? He's going to be fighting this guy in the co-main event, which is going to drive his market value down. So when he's out of the Matchroom deal, he's gonna have a couple of hiccups in negotiating with a guy like Caleb Plant. That his team is going to be like, hey, come on, man. In your last outing, you was in a co-main event at Ammo Williams in Orlando, Florida. What you know what I'm saying? Now, Caleb Plant could actually exercise that he's the A side, in which before that, he could Edgar Berlanga could have been the A side, right? Puerto Rico and things of that nature. Even with the Jaime Munguia, you know what I'm saying? I think with this, it's going to drive his market value down. And I think there's a way in the promotional company saying F you to Edgar Berlanga, dissing him in a way, yet honoring the contract. And Edgar Berlanga is just going to, you know, honor the contract probably and just go fight this guy and be the co-main event and get, you know, get through with the contract, honor his side of the deal, the contract, and then probably go out there and do another deal with PBC or probably Turkey Out Shaking, which a lot of fighters is going out there and doing business with. So I think that's what's going on. At the end of the day, a lot of these fighters doesn't have the power to do what they want to do. Most of these fighters ain't Canelo Alvarez. So I know a lot of people are going to be critiquing why Edgar Berlanga is fighting this guy, just like my initial thoughts, right? But once you understand the business of boxing and understand these type of contracts in which, you know what I'm saying, it's like I said, it's like it's like you better sign this, but you got to sign to us for more fights or you ain't going to get this. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of effed up the way that, you know, business is structured in boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, you remember with Devin Haney, he didn't want to sign with Matchroom Boxing, so then there was a purse bid, right? And they didn't bid on the purse bid, Matchroom Boxing, which is good, you know, which is business. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be faithful to me. You're not gonna commit to me. Why should I commit to you? And then in the midst of it, his value dropped. And yes, he did get beat by Ryan Garcia. His value dropped. But I'm just giving you an example of how promotional company collectively and strategically also, you know, lower your value. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're trying to do with Edgar Balanga, in my opinion. Because there's no way that you're going to have Edgar Berlanga in the co-main event in Florida. I mean, Edgar Berlanga before the Canelo Alvarez was a main event in Orlando, Florida. Like, let's be honest. Look, Ammo Williams is a good fighter, but he's not an undefeated fighter. And this matchup doesn't entail that he's going to be the main event. So, let me know what y'all think about this situation. I know he's going to get heavily criticized. Edgar Berlanga is a fighter that, you know what I'm saying, some people are supporting him. The Puerto Rican people do support him. The New York people, I support him. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Edgar Balanga. I want him to succeed. I want him to be a premier face, especially in the division, right? But I know that people see his character and his personality, and if people got a low self-esteem, or they don't like that he you know what I'm saying, he dressed, got the chains, got the crew, got the culture, you know, got the support of hip-hop, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop personnel, respectable personnel, and people may not like that swag, you feel me? I don't know, you know what I'm saying, that's just people just like hate to hate, right? But I think people got to understand also the business of boxing so they can understand what's going on. You know, let me know what you think about it. Do you feel like, do you understand what I'm telling y'all? Do y'all care? Do you feel like he should be working his way from the bottom to the top after the loss with Canelo Alvarez, or he is in position as a name to not be treated that way, especially that he garnered some fans? I mean, he wasn't treated like that with Top Rank, especially when he got into the main event scene. So I just feel like, you know, in my opinion, Matchroom is saying F you. You don't want to commit to us after we gave you a Canelo Alvarez fight. So F you. We're gonna put you in the co-main event, and we're gonna drive your value down to when we got you. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's happening right now. That's just a strategic move, but at the end of the day, it's business and it's within the contract, and both sides is honoring the contract. But it's kind of dirty business, man. It's just dirty business. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. This is Punch Raw Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshot himself. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.